YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update on Litecoin. Right now we're at $77.13. And what's happening here, guys, is we're breaking down out of this green lower trend line that we've been paying attention to. And that was also correlating with the 200-day moving average on the one-day chart. And what we're going to pay attention to today is where we close. Are we going to have a really long wick to where the buyers step back in after we had this trend line break and we're going to go back up and test the trend line? Or are we just going to get smashed back down and we're going to start looking at some lower areas? So I'm going to get into all this stuff today. If you guys like these videos, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Right now we're down 8.83%, just so you all know. So we'll dig into this. Right now what we're doing was stepping back and we're taking a look at patterns. So this is on the 4-hour chart, and what I want you to do is just really look at trends and how trends move. So overall, guys, this lower trend line here in pink, that's what we're going to need to hold ultimately. That's our uptrend for this intermediate to longer term uptrend that we have been in. So guys, we started that uptrend basically in December of 2018. We hit our bottom there and we've been moving up ever since. And this here, this is our main trend. Now we're in a short-term downtrend. Right here, a short-term trend is anywhere from 0 to 3 months. And then intermediate term is 3 to 6. And then a longer term is 6 months or longer is typically what the books say. So what I'm looking at now is to see when this trend is going to change back and we start making moves back up to higher levels. And what we're looking at here, guys, in green would be the area where I would be most likely willing to go long. And the reason for that is this was after we had this crazy move here. We ended up gaining, it was about $40 there in a matter of 3 or 4 days, and then we basically lost it all and we retraced. And what we ended up having here on the one-day chart, it was a bullish engulfing candle. You can't see it right now, we're just looking at patterns, but on the one-day chart it was a bullish engulfing candle, and that's a very powerful candle. And what that did was send us even higher from around $66 all the way up to that 146. And what we want is basically, guys, this to become strong support again. Right? We always want resistance to become support. So the simple fact that we had a beautiful bullish engulfing candle off this before and we had a really nice run after that, in my opinion, that would probably put it, and it's down around this trend line, that would put it as a hot spot for me where I would be looking and paying attention to, okay, if we're going to get some big volume or a candlestick pattern or some type of indicator that's also going to help you, that's going to be important to look at, guys. Now, what I wanted you to make you aware of, though, as well, is that the Fibonacci retracement, where we were sitting at here from our swing low to our swing high, we just broke down through the 0.5, and that was at $84.20. So that's going to be a key area. And another reason why I'm going to be looking around this green line here at 66.42, that 0.618 is at $69. So that's an area that I'm going to hope to see is defended, and we can get a nice strong bounce off that. And guys, we need to start moving back up here. We don't want to start getting deeper than the 0.618. If you start getting down in the 0.786 and we're getting trapped under the 200-day moving average, there can come a lot of trouble for us. So we really want to take a look at that we have broken down through that, and we're going to start looking at this next area down in here. Now, what I wanted to point out here on the 4-hour, the RSI right now is at 27. We've seen it as low as, let's see, about 18 before. We've gotten that low, so that we could go lower, but we're getting to that area where we may have some type of reaction bounce. And what I mean by that is, guys, whenever you break out of trend lines, let me show you here. Whenever you break out a trend line, so we've had this trend line right here, when you break down through them, and that was on some good volume, sometimes you can break down, then you can actually back test that trend line. And then sometimes you can fall farther. But if you weren't out when that big break happened, then sometimes you can get out back in here, and then sometimes it goes further, or you can get back up in this trend line and we can start working it again. So I want you to be aware of both of those situations. Remember, I want to show you the upside, the downside, and the sideways. But right now, all of our moving averages are pressing down on us. So the tide, or the wave system right now is down. It's pressing down upon us. You got to think about it like the ocean, basically the current or the waves just coming over top of you, just like how we were riding the waves up here. We were up above all the moving averages. Now they're crashing down upon us. And I wanted to go out to the 1 day quick. Alright, so on the 1 day, you can see where we broke through, right? This is what we were talking about last night. This white moving average, that's the 200-day moving average, so that's the long-term investors moving average, and we broke down through this. And guys, this loss here, I mean, you're looking at even almost 9% today, and that's why I was trying to warn people yesterday and just say, you know, keep this on your radar, because when we do have those breaks, they come pretty hard. And right now, our RSI is at 32, and we've been as low as, let's see here, guys, we can get as low as about 17, 18 on the 1 day chart. We've been that low before. Do I think we'll get that low? Probably not. We're looking for a bounce here fairly soon. But like I said, I would be a buyer to potentially go long around that 66.42, depending on how the indicators are looking, what's happening in the market, how overextended we are to the downside. All that stuff's going to play a factor. But you know, guys, these are things I'm looking for, and that's why I said, well, I want to try to help people. Just want to try to warn people when I'm seeing some things like breaking down through that 200-day moving average and having all these moving averages coming down upon us right now. That is powerful, and we want to keep that in mind whenever you start having those cross to the downside. That's something powerful. Am I saying we can't break back to the upside? I'm not saying that, guys. Anything can happen in cryptocurrency. You know, that is what it is. You see these massive moves. We went from over here $61 all the way up to $100 in about 6 days. And then we almost lost it all the way back down before pushing even higher from $66 all the way up to that $147. So it's just crazy how this game works. Like I said, I don't have a crystal ball. All I can do is go off technical analysis, and that's what I have to look at, guys. And in the short term, the trend right now is down, and we have to be aware of that. Okay? So God bless each and every one of you guys. Take care. Appreciate you being here with me.